our guy, the veteran, Lance Lynn, looking good in Dodger blue, dude. We talked to you a few days before you got traded. You were like, yo, bags are packed. So take us through the last week. Now you end up here looking good on the mound, looking good in the uni, and you're part of a ball club that.
Whoa. Dude, the all whites, Lance. You're gonna have to paint your own pinstripes on there, dude, because that all white that first night, man,
it was tough, wasn't it?
It was a bad look for you. I'm sorry. I love you, but that was a bad look.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. You got the home and roads. You just got to ride it out.
How's
There's
life,
no
dude?
breaking it up with an alt uni.
Well, you get to pick on your day or no? Is that still?
No, teams like this. It's like being in St. Louis or New York. You're wearing the whites or the all white or all gray or whatever their alt is. But some places you have the alt, black or whatever, like I had in Chicago.
Hey, Julio got to wear the blue with the white pants the other day.
Yeah.
Why can't you pick that?
I've heard that's the Los Dodgers is his uni, so I don't know if I can go in on that. So maybe I'll ask him and see if he'll let me borrow.
We have a pair of scissors otherwise that we can lend you.
Oh yeah, the old school scissor trick works, huh?
How you liking it though? Like, take us through. After we spoke to you, what happened? Like, take us through the trade process. You get a call. How did you feel about it? These were one of the teams that you mentioned that you would potentially be moving to. So what happened?
You get the call, and after that, it's go pack up the clubhouse stuff, say your goodbyes. It's always weird to get traded because you feel like you're in a rush. You got to go somewhere, but we were able to kind of get ahead of it anyways, just because we had to be out of our place in Chicago at the end of the season. So it was one of those things where. We were prepared for it, that it was possibly coming, especially with the not playing well in Chicago. So that there's chances of being moved at all times. So we were ready to go. Everybody was prepared and got everything shipped out and got on a plane. And now it's just going to pitch.
Hey, Lance, how did you find out? Did they call you in the office? Did they give you a phone call? Did they get a text, a note in your locker?
Yeah, no. I was actually on the way to the ballpark, and Rick gave me a call and was like, "Hey, are you here yet?" I was like, "I'll be there in 5 minutes." He's like, "Well, I'm sure that you've heard or you're about to hear, but you've been traded. I'll see you when you get here." I was like, "All right." And then talked to him, Pedro, Kenny, and the whole coaching staff when I got there. Told them I appreciated everything, and they gave me the good luck the rest of the way, and wish everybody the best.
Who found out first? You or Joe?
I think Joe and I both knew at the same time, and it was before it was public. So we were calling each other, and he was like, "When are you going out?" And I was like, "Well, I'll probably go out after you because you're going to be active tomorrow. I don't have to be active till Tuesday."
Got it. Okay. So what was the first thing you did once you got to LA? Significant thing, not the boring, like going and see Doc. And what was the first significant thing or person you had a beer with first?
No. We got in there. I think the number one thing is to find a place to live. I've got a wife and 4 kids coming out next week, so it was hey, you better find a house quick. And LA's not cheap, so that hurt a little bit. And but other than that, it's get in, get your feet wet, and get ready to start.
Dude, you're rich. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Oh, LA's not cheap. Oh crap!
I am,
you're rich, bro.
LA's got a different price tag than everywhere else I've played for sure.
Mookie can let you his guest house. It's got to have 5 bedrooms in his guest house.
Or Rich Hill. Rich Hill has that house that Kike is using, right?
I know Kike took over quick
Kike's
on
back.
it. So yeah. He got first choice. So that's how it
roommates.
goes.
You guys can all room in together.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
He's got 1. Yeah. You got 4 kids.
Yeah, no one wants to deal with my 4. That's for sure.
It's not a fair fight.
No, the Lynn family likes to tag up and bully everybody, so I got to keep them away from.
They take after you. So okay,
yep.
On the mound, you've had 2 starts, looking great. Did something change? I mean, I know you've probably been asked this a million times already by the media out there. But you started kind of tweaking your pitch mix the last few starts with Chicago. Is it more just carrying that over here?
Yeah, I mean, you always have an idea what you're working on, what you're trying to get accomplished. The number one thing so far is I've executed. And then I've had a couple of pitches that, I like back that went for home runs. But for the most part, it's been kind of go do what you've done your whole career. We're going to lock some things back in that I might have got away from throughout this year. and then sprinkle in the things that we have been working on when I was with Chicago. So it's been a little bit of both, and then just getting to know each other. Thrown to both catchers so far. It's been awesome. So it's just kind of, hit the ground running, go to your strengths, and then we'll see what's working that day. And it's been good so far.
Dude, you're throwing a curveball now. You've changed. We've talked about this. You're throwing a curveball now. Like what's changed? And then did you see what Max Muncy said about you?
I didn't see what Max Muncy says, but I did. I have started sprinkling in some breakers. It just makes that mistake heater a little harder to hit. So that's what it's all about. Just sprinkle in something slow, just so you can get away with it if you make a mistake with the heater.
I like it. It also helps your team behind you scoring a ton of runs every time. But Muncy said he can't wait for your first strikeout because he can't wait to see your reaction. So I said he's got some classic reactions. So which one's your favorite?
Did he? Which one's my favorite? Or which one was his? Did he say?
Well, no, which one's your favorite? He just said he can't wait for you to yell a giant F-bomb and grab your nether regions.
I like I like when I do the Leslie Chow after striking someone out at the end of the inning. That's always the old so long. So that's one of my favorites. You can't go wrong with a good old readjustment while the ball's getting thrown around either.
So back to the pitch usage. Is there? I mean, what dictates your pitch usage when you change a team? And it's only been 2 starts, but if we break down your numbers of pitch usage, you were getting waffled by lefties with the White Sox, and you've dominated them so far. And there's a huge change in your amount of fastballs. Is that the organization, pitching coach, the fact that you guys were actually leading games you were pitching in? Is it the catcher? Like, there is a stark difference. So what really dictates that?
To be honest, everything ties in with it. And there's no other way to say it. When you have a lead, that helps. On the same page as catchers, good defense behind you, all of the above. And then just kind of we revamped a little bit of how my four seam came off and my cutter came off. So far it's been in a good spot. We just got to keep it going.
Lance, where were you when you saw or heard of the Tim Anderson, Jose Ramirez Brawl of the Year? And what are your thoughts? Because you just played with all those guys.
Yeah, so I was in the dugout. And then about 4 guys came out and were like, hey, you got to go see what happened in Cleveland tonight. And I was like, uh-oh. I was not, to be honest, I was not expecting that to be the thing that I went in and saw. Your first thought is, you hate to see that on a baseball field, especially, you're going to have your disagreements and stuff like that. But when it goes to throwing punches and stuff like that, that's a totally different level. So, I'm sure that they're going to get suspended a little bit. It's just one of those things where, when things go bad, they seem to keep rolling downhill. That's kind of what it looks like right now.
When you saw the play itself, and obviously we've had some people on before that, there was beef between these teams. You tell us about that. Like, how much beef was there? Because the actual play itself, like Tim, puts a hard tag on. I didn't feel like it was that hard, but Jose Ramirez kind of alluded to other things leading up to this, and then others have commented since. Even like Syndergaard, who joins Cleveland, says, I didn't realize there was so much shit between these two teams the last couple of years.
Yeah, there's just, you're looking at 2 teams that were fighting for the division, for the last couple of years, and there's a lot of, back and forth, whether it's, it's just part of the creating that, who's going to take over the Central. I didn't see, he said that, there's been a couple other hard tags. I didn't see those or see what they look like. So maybe it was just one of those things that was a carryover, whether it's a conversation that, they both had and neither one of them agreed with each other, and then it just keeps adding on. So that's what it looks like. It looks like it was an add up for the last couple of years of things that, as a pitcher you don't really see, but there could be nuances of tags and different things like that where, guys just get fed up with it.
Lance, did you see what Keynan Middleton said when he got traded?
I did see what popped up yesterday. Yes.
Do you have any thoughts on that, possibly?
I could say this. I can tell you what Key was wrong about.
Okay.
We're ready.
I get it. You don't get it.
I get it. I just wanted to see if there was anything else.
Hey, Lance, he did call you out, though. He did say it was all your fault.
No, yeah, in a positive light,
yeah,
though.
because you went to the WBC.
How
and
dare
you didn't stay there and lead the boys, man. So now I'm mad at you. Because if you wouldn't have been so selfish and gone to play for Team USA. Yeah, it's all your fault.
Represent the country, ruin the White Sox season.
Yep. See? You never knew you'd have such an effect on my life, right?
Yep. No, I enjoy ruining your life. I just didn't enjoy ruining the season. So.
Well, yeah, but look where you ended up now. Now you're in first place.
Yep.
You're in San Diego today. You're going out in 2-0 and just punching dudes out left and right. I mean, it's selfish. You wanted to ruin a team season so you could end up in LA with a chance to win a ring.
Well, in our half the season together, you taught me how to be selfish. So I'm just going right off of you.
True.
Exactly. See, I'm glad I rubbed off on you.
Is it your job, Lance, like big picture to police dudes? Like our guys talked about this earlier in the show. Like how far can you go if, certain scenarios pop up? And, Keynan also referred to that team meeting, which I think we spoke about on the show at one point. And I think you spoke and maybe another pitcher spoke, and he was kind of calling out that the position players weren't talking and they've done a lot of things wrong.
I think you're looking at everyone knows that it's a culture. There's a backbone to an organization that has to be in place. And as veterans, you can police things that are obviously known, and then there's a way of doing things and like a code. And I think that's what Key was alluding to. There was no, the backbone of culture, ways to do things, ways to go things as a pro. We're just not there.
All right, you're the only one that's played with both. Who pisses more people off, TA or AJ?
You can say me. That's fine.
They got to be on the same ballpark of punches thrown on a field and stuff like that, right?
It's true.
Let me ask you this. That's fine. That's fair. Who had more beers with you, me or TA?
Definitely you.
Okay, thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. At least I got something positive out of it.
You retained the title there. Good for you.
But Lance, on that, my follow on that was going to be, how important is a guy like AJ to have in a clubhouse so you don't have issues like this?
Well, yeah. I would say even you're looking at AJ, you're looking at the. I've had people in every stop throughout my career, like the Brett Gardners of the world, that just make sure that things are just ran smoothly. Guys are doing what they need to do, be prepared to play, be good teammates, and just be a pro every day. And that's you need those guys. Where I'm at right now, you've got multiple guys like Freddie Freeman, Mookie, Jay Hay. There's you can go down the line. There's guys that just show up every day. They get to they know what they're doing. They're prepared and they're ready to win ball games.
So my thing, just for the player perspective, is how do rules and guidelines work for a team? I'm curious as a fan. AJ said on his championship White Sox teams, Ozzie Guillen had 2 rules. He said, show up on time. What was the second rule?
Be out there for the anthem.
Be out there for the anthem. See, I'm not good at following rules. I don't even remember 2. So how does that work with certain ball clubs? Like Middleton said, okay, I'm happy to join the Yanks now and shave my face and, have more discipline involved. We've had Tyler Glasnow on a couple weeks ago who said, I'll paraphrase for him. He said the Pirates were too strict and they had like a military-ish approach sometimes with what they were doing. And he wanted to go to the Rays and kind of have a little more freedom to do things his way, and felt like a lot of the guys on the Rays click because of that. So I'm just curious, like, what the dynamic is. What's the right mix for a team to be able to kind of police itself, but also not be too much?
Well, I'm going to say AJ, that group that he was with in 2005, how many guys had 10 years and have been around the game for a long time? Probably quite a bit from what I remember. So that's kind of the gist of it. I think that there's a way to promote winning culture and winning baseball. And you got to find whatever you need to do, whether it's coming up through the minor leagues, through the minor league system and things like that, to find out how you're going to do things. And then when you get to big leagues, you're prepared, you're ready to play, and you're ready to be a major leaguer. And I think that's the main thing. moving forward for any organization is you got to teach guys how to be good teammates and how to play winning baseball.
So you're saying Cardinals way? You're just all Cardinals way. You can't get over the Cardinals. You're like,
no,
Cardinals.
I saw it. I saw it in Minnesota. I saw it in New York. I saw it in Texas.
Wait, you forgot a team.
Which one?
LA. No, them too.
Well, I mean, I've been here. I've been here for a week, and all of their 22 to 25-year-olds are ready to play.
You wait. You don't have certain people with their cousins in the clubhouse?
No, I haven't seen anything crazy yet.
What's the attitude there? Okay, so again, you've been on a lot of teams. I played for a lot of teams. What's the difference in the attitude? And obviously, the expectations of a Dodger is not only get to the postseason, make a deep run. So how does that affect you as a player when you walk into a place and you have Freeman and Betts, and they're like, "Hey, dude, Kershaw, hey, we expect to win, and not only win the division, but win the whole damn thing."
Yeah, that's refreshing. You know, you walk into a clubhouse and you know you're expected to win. What's expected of you, and then you know that, hey, I got to do my job. I got to prepare, and I got to be ready for when it's my time to help the team. So it's a refreshing feeling to know, hey, what's expected of me, what I'm trying to accomplish, not only personally but as a team. And then you can go out there and perform. You know, people have your back.
Hey, Lance, people say that the Dodgers are one of those ball clubs that doesn't just obviously spend on players and back their team and player development, but even when the players are on the bigs, like they'll get, whatever, the tablets, extra tech, whatever it is. Have you seen any of that yet? Like, do you get a care package when you join the team that's different from prior teams?
I haven't seen it yet. Maybe I'm getting like that, the new guy hazing, where I just don't quite get all the new stuff yet. But no, they've been really good at giving me all the information that I need and ask for, and show me some of their stuff too, and how they go about, whether it's preparing for games or getting things of that nature going forward, scouting reports and stuff like that. So, every team's different, obviously, and this, just kind of finding the way that they do things and kind of using the stuff that I like too, and able to work together. It's been good.
Who's been the most helpful? Who's the person that you leaned on in coaches or players since you've gotten there?
Yeah, heck, that's crazy. I remember being in Indianapolis growing up and watching Mark Pryor pitch for the Cubs, because that was the only game ever on TV when you got home from school. So it's been fun actually just getting to talk to him, getting to know him. And then, Connor, the assistant pitching coach and all that, we've hit the ground running here, and it's been good. The good thing is I've got a lot of ties for people in the past and stuff like that, where I know a lot of people here, so I'm able to, kind of just jump right in and not have any issues because of lack of knowing people.
Last one from me. You beat Rich Hill. Did you look over like, old man, I know you like to give shit to Wayno. Hill's older than Wayno, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
he's the oldest.
Rich Hill and I were AAA teammates in like 2010. So,
wow.
Yeah, we go back to the Memphis Redbird days. It's somebody was trying to say that it was the oldest pitching matchup of all time, but I was like, no, that can't be possible. Jamie Moyer threw a game at like 50, right? So there's no one that's ever did that.
Yeah, there's no way.
Dude, Rich Hill started the Michael Barrett fight game with me.
That is insane.
That was in 2006.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So when you had him AAA, that was already like one of his resurrections, right?
Yeah. That was after Chicago, before he had his resurrection, before he even went to Boston and started throwing sidearm. So that was when he was still doing the 12-6 over the top curveball stuff. That was it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Lance, enjoy, man. Looking good in the Dodger blue.
Hey, by the way, when I text you before you start, let's fucking go. You better respond from now on, or else I'm flying my ass out there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I figured I won the game, so every time you text me now, I'm just going to ignore it.
Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Stay strong. Yeah, only talk to him here.
No, now he's got to ignore me.
Every 2-3 weeks, we'll get you. Lance, thanks, dude. Have fun out there, all right? And get a nice, cozy home in
Beverly Hills, Bel Air.
Yeah, we might as well. If you're going to do it, you might as well do it big.
Yeah, do it big, dude. All right, we'll see you soon, all right?
All right, thanks for having me, guys.